Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel and to the Ultimate Racing League. This is a Wednesday challenge. Now, if you've been following us on a regular basis, you will know that we're in the BMW M3. BMW really does seem to get used a lot in these races. It just seems like we're covering BMWs all the time, but nevertheless, that's what we've got. So yeah, we're in the M3. Now I'm not quite sure what week we're at. In fact, I'm going to have a look and see if I can find. I should have found all this before, shouldn't I? I think we're at about week 6 now. I will get you a league table for next week. I haven't got one for this week, but I will get you one for next week. So as I said, I think we're at league at week 6. And for those of you who play the game and can actually read, you can see we're at Brands Hatch. Or, as some refer to it, Grand's Snatch. And I think that's what Wadru likes to call it, Grand's Snatch. We do have some different corner names as well for this circuit, which I might use as we go along. We'll see. We'll see what kind of mood we're in. So, 3 15-minute races today. I think we've got 13 on the grid. Yes, we have. We've got 13 on the grid, so a good turnout for this race. So we'll have a rundown of the grid, shall we? Now, as far as rules go, mediums have to be used in at least one of the races, and that's about it, really. They are sprint races, no pit stops required. Obviously, you can pit if you want to. It's entirely up to you. So yeah, that's about it for rules. It's just get round as quick as you can. So we'll have a look down the grid. Let's just change the camera angle so we can get a bit of a look at the cars. So out on pole in his usual position is Wadru in that purple Mean Machine. Osman just tucked in behind him in second. Derg is in third. Grasshopper is fourth. Brian Moncani, fantastic. I love that livery. That's got to be livery of the season in these BMWs. Fifth is Brian. I wish he'd let me know as well. Did he create that or did he steal it? Either way, it does look pretty cool. 6 on the grid is Fitzy, and thank you for Fitzy for sharing. I'm glad somebody did, otherwise we wouldn't be able to bring you this race, so well done to him. Extra points for Fitzy. 7th is Brownie in the multi-tone. Well, it looks brown at the minute, but it is multi-toned. 8th on the grid is one of our American drivers, Method. He's on 8th. Then we've got Love Rocket Rods in 9th. Scooby is in 10th, Unforgiven 11th, Stealth is 12th, and then Hawkeye is in 13th. So you can see we've got one red light on. Let's get all the lights lit, then knock them out, and we'll get this race underway, shall we? So as I've said, 3 15-minute races. This is race 1 around Brands Hatch. I've got in the habit of calling it Grand Snatch now. Thanks, Wadru. It's in my head and I can't get it out. So we're away and up to the first turn at Paddock Hill. Everybody's going to be pretty bunched up. You can see a few of the guys going onto the gravel, but we all got round there safely enough, except for Hawkeye, who let's just have a look. Whoa, what's happened to Hawkeye? He just forgot to press the noisy pedal, I think, and he's ended up all the way back down. Well, he was in 13th anyway, but he's got an even bigger gap now, so unfortunately for Hawkeye, he must have been sleeping. So back up to the current race leader as we take on Graham Hill Bend. Like I say, everybody's still pretty bunched up, but we are still moving. Oh, as I say that, Stealth. Pressing the wrong button now. What's happened to Stealth? As we come out of Druids and down towards Graham Hill Bend and onto Cooper Straight, what's happened to Stealth? Oh, it just the back end come round on him. He's in there somewhere. That is so unfortunate for Stealth. Not the start he wanted. Lap one of the first few turns, and Stealth is already testing out the grass. What a shame. Big gap now. Back to Hawkeye. But up at the top, Wadro still out in front. Osman and Derg put him under all sorts of pressure. Let's jump on board with Osman, shall we? His feet first, early few turns. Oh, and Osman really playing in the sand there. He doesn't want to be doing that too often. Dirk all over the back of him. These guys really do like to use every inch of this track. as they go around Stirling's onto Clearways, up towards Clark Curve, which is turn 9, and that's the final turn before going on to Brabham Straight and completing lap 1. Derg just sitting behind Osman. Osman desperately trying to get onto the back of Wadru. Nowhere really on this track for slipstreaming, apart from Pilgrim's Drop. So if you're going to make a move, turn 1 is a good place to do it. And you can see Osman has really gained on Wadru there, and he's going to try and go all the way around the outside at the Druids. Is he going to get it done? No, he's not. He's just had to drop in behind. Dirk just dropping off the pace slightly, as Wadru still leading this race as they go through Graham Hill Bend again and on to Cooper Straight. What a fantastic battle, and we're only on lap 2. So Wadru, Osman and Derg, I'm pretty sure they're going to be fighting all the way through this. Let's just go down the grid a little bit. Fitzy sitting in 4th. He's got Love Rocket Rods just behind him. Brian Moncani just behind them. Then there is a very slight gap back to Scooby 97. He's got Brownie all up and in his rear end. Sitting in 8th. Brownie putting the pressure on. He's having a bit of a look up the inside. No, he darts back in behind again. Doesn't quite fancy it, does he? As they go around Sheen Curve. Method sitting in there in 9th. He's just waiting for these two to in front of him to have a bit of a bump. Still everybody pretty close together, aren't they? Method in 9th. Then we've got Unforgiven. He's in 10th, putting the pressure on Method. Grasshopper just sitting behind him 11th. Grasshopper won't like that, being down there in 11th. We're used to seeing him up at the front as well. Oh dear, we got a yellow flag. Now why have we got a yellow flag? Well, I'm not sure what that was all about. Oh, now then, let me just see, because Osman, it was Osman who caused the yellow flag. Now let's have a look and see what happened to him. Oh, it just too much grass as we came out of Clark Curve. You could just see it here. Got on the accelerator a bit too early, caught the left hand side of that grass, and once you're on there, that's it. It's a bucket and spade job, but he's doing the right thing. He's waiting for everybody to pass so he can get back on the track safely. But from 2nd to 11th, that is not what Osman wanted. Back up to the top then, Wadru. Well, that's gave him a little bit of a breathing space now, hasn't it? He'll secretly have a bit of a smile on his face. Derg now moves up into 2nd. He's got Fitzy just sat behind him in 3rd. As we go around Surtees, it's a tricky turn, that Surtees. You're going uphill, slight camber in the road, onto Pilgrim's Drop, down to Hawthorne Hill, and then into Hawthorne Bend at turn 5. Very quick corners these are, but you have to be very careful you don't drift too far out, otherwise you are going to end up on that green stuff. And as we've just seen Osman do, you are going to be spinning around. Love Rocket Rods in the usual Durex livery, and why not? We expect nothing less from Love Rocket Rods. He's sitting in 4th, got Brian Moncani all over the back of him. Now that must be really confusing when you're looking. Let's jump on board and have a look, and that's what Love Rocket Rods is looking at as they go around turn 9 for the 3rd time, and onto Brabham Straight, across the line to start lap 4. Into turn 1 they go. Brian Moncani, I thought he was going to have a bit of a look, but no, he's just decided to stay tucked underneath Love Rocket Rods, his rear spoiler. Oh, Brian just getting a little bit too wide there, but managing to keep it on the grey stuff. These guys just absolutely belting around this track. Let's have a look. Wadru with the fastest lap, 1:23.9. I think that still beats my best lap ever. So these guys only on lap 4. I'm sure they're going to get quicker and quicker. Let's just have a look at the tyres, shall we? Wadru, he's on the softs. Derg also on the softs. Fitzy on the softs. In fact, we're going to say everybody's on the softs until we find somebody that isn't, shall we? Brian Moncani, Scooby, Method, Grasshopper, well, it looks like everybody is on. Yeah, everybody's on the soft tyres then for race 1. So let's just go down the pack, see if we can find a bit of a battle. It's still Love Rocket Rods and Brian Mulcahy having a go at each other for that P4. We are just 5.5, nearly 6 minutes into this first 15-minute race here at Grand Snatch. Now, I did mention we have some alternative corner names for you, done by a good friend and colleague of mine, Ian, and I think he may have come up with these names after a bit of a night of drinking, but instead of Druids, we've got Wet Wendy, and that's what Brian and Love Rocket Rods are going around at the minute. They will go down towards Licking Lizzie, and then on to Julie's Jugs. Let me know if you prefer these names to the proper names. Let's just see what's going on further down. Method in 7th. He's just got Scooby up ahead in 6th, and Unforgiven, well, he's not that far behind, but Unforgiven has got Grasshopper all over him. Grasshopper's still down in 9th. Oh, kicking up a bit of dust. I thought he'd going to lose the back end then, but managed to hold on to it. As we go down towards Dripping Daisy, Grasshopper sitting in 9th. He'll want to try and get past Unforgiven as quick as he can. Through Mary's Melons and then onto the Honey Pot. Osman now down in 10th. Remember, he was in 2nd, had that spill early on, and well, he's been playing catch up ever since. Oh, he's pushing so hard. Look, he's got a half-second penalty as well. He really wants to get back up there amongst the leaders. He's got about 8 minutes to do it. So we're just following Osman through as he goes on to Pauline's Puss, and then up to Maureen's Muff, and across the start-finish line again. Like I say, let me know in the comments if you prefer these names. Now, why have we got a yellow flag again? Well, Wadrow had a bit... Oh, he has! At turn 1, at Paddock Hill Bend, Wadrow, he did not under any pressure. He just didn't stop there, did he? I think he just missed his braking or turning point. Oh, good job he ghosted as well. He's having a bit of a... looking for a good picnic spot, I think, is Wadrow. But that's dropped him down to 5th. Oh, I can imagine the language coming out of that cockpit as he lets off a bit of steam. A rare mistake from Wadrow, but that has let Derg in, and Derg now is our new leader of this race with about just over 7 minutes to go for Derg. He's just got to hold on. Fitzy moved up into 2nd, and these two really have got the track to themselves. Brian Mulcahy's the nearest to them in 3rd. He's managed to get past Love Rocket Rods. We missed that, so sorry for that, guys. But Brian Mulcahy sitting in 3rd. He's having a fantastic race. Love Rocket Rods is just not going to give it up, though, is he? He wants P3 back. He wants to get back onto the podium. So Brian has got some defending to do, and this is a very tricky track to defend on because of the grass and gravel either side. Slightest mistake, as we saw from Wadrow, somebody who very rarely makes mistakes. He's now battling to hold on to P5. He's got Method just ahead, just behind him in 6th. Unforgiven in 7th in the laser livery there. Let's jump on board with Unforgiven, shall we? As we go across the start-finish line, we've got Grasshopper in the rear end and Method on our front bumper, just waiting for a mistake. Method doing a fantastic job at the minute of keeping Unforgiven and Grasshopper behind him. Don't really know that much about Method. We've seen him in a couple of races, and he seems to be doing well. He's holding his own at the minute against Unforgiven, as Grasshopper decided he was going to have a bit of a cheeky look up the inside of Unforgiven. He's having another go as well as we go through Surtees onto Pilgrim's Drop. Now then, is Grasshopper going to challenge Unforgiven? He's gone side by side. He's going to have to go the long way round if he wants it. As they go down towards Hawthorne Bend, Unforgiven still on the inside, Grasshopper still on the outside. Fantastic racing between these two. Oh, Grasshopper just gets his nose in front. The thing is, it is all going to be for nothing, because he's going to have to serve his penalty in a second, and Unforgiven's going to take that place back, which is probably why Unforgiven really didn't put much of a challenge in. He knew that Grasshopper's got a penalty to serve, and he's going to get P7 back. And there we go, penalty served. Or is he going to get it back? Yes, he is. He's got to go the long way round for it again, side by side, these two. Fantastic racing between Unforgiven and Grasshopper. They know each other very well. Been racing together for a long time, but that doesn't mean to say they're going to make it easy for each other. And Unforgiven manages to finally get his nose in front as they go around turn one, up towards Druids. It is Unforgiven trying to take the defensive line and keep Grasshopper behind him. This is fantastic racing between these two. Let's just drop down a little bit and see what's happening elsewhere. It just seems little pockets of battles, doesn't it? Scooby 97 in ninth. He's got Osman all over the back of him. Osman desperate to make up a few places after that mistake earlier on. So down Pilgrim's Drop onto Hawthorne Hill they go. Or, as you like it, Julie's Jugs and into Dripping Daisy. Either way, it is fantastic racing as Scooby goes very wide. He really is pushing the limits of this track, doing everything he can to keep Osman behind him. Obviously he doesn't have to give it up. Osman having a look up the inside though. He fancies his chances here. Let's just have a look. No, Scooby's back in again. Osman just had to back out of it. The Scooby holds on to ninth. Well, we just don't know where to look next, do we? Grasshopper, he's putting another challenge in on Unforgiven. Unforgiven holding the inside line as they go around the final turn, Clark Curve, onto Brabham Straight again. Grasshopper still, he fancies his chances here, doesn't he? But Unforgiven making Grasshopper go all the way around the outside. If he wants it, he's going to have to earn it. Unforgiven manages to stay in front. Let's just, we need to go and see what's happening up at the top, don't we? And it is still Derg. He's okay, he's got a couple of car lengths gap back to Fitzy, so these two, well, they're off and running. It's P1 and P2 secured. Brian Moncari is in P3 at the minute. He's got Love Rocket Rods chasing him down. There is a little bit of a gap there, so Brian McCartney can breathe. Love Rocket Rods in fourth. Wadru still in fifth after his early mistake. Then we've got Method in sixth. He's managed to open up a bit of a gap, but then again, Unforgiven and Grasshopper battling. He's going to slow those two down, and Grasshopper right underneath Unforgiven. Let's go on board with, we're meant to go on board with Grasshopper, there we go. Osman's managed to get by Scooby and he's chasing Grasshopper down, but in the meantime Grasshopper is trying to get by Unforgiven. Let's have a look where he's, oh well, he's got a rear view mirror full of Osman, hasn't he? Unforgiven is driving out of his skin at the minute, keeping Grasshopper behind him and defending all the time though. Grasshopper, every time he tries to make a move, he's got to be conscious that Osman's there ready to pick up any mistakes. And if the door's open, you bet your life Osman will be in it. So into turn one they go. And there we go, Osman. He's got a look, isn't he? Osman is just not messing about. He just wants to get these two out of the way so he can chase up after P6. He went a little bit wide there. You can just see Scooby in the background just behind Osman. I think he's prepared to just follow Osman through, get on his coattails and follow him through. I think he knows that it won't be long before Osman's trying to get by these two. He's only got a minute and a half to do it though. So the battle really is between Unforgiven and, well, I was going to say Grasshopper, but something's happened. Oh no, too much grass for Grasshopper. Let's have a look as we go through Surtees, up the hill, and just too wide, too much. And he just couldn't hold on to it. He was trying, the wheel was going left and right, left and right. Well, I'm sure he'll be saying a few oh dearie me's as Unforgiven, let's get the right bloody camera mark, Unforgiven in seventh can now start to breathe a bit. He's got a bit of space between himself and Osman, and we're into the last minute, so we're looking at one more lap. Wow, let's go back up to the top, shall we, and see what's happening. Derg looking very comfortable out in front. Fitzy a lot closer to him though than I thought. This will be the last lap for these two. Let's have a look. We have got 30 seconds of this race to go. I think there's everybody's going to get one more lap in at least. So if Fitzy wants P1, he's well, he's going to have to do something pretty drastic. I think Derg has just got to keep it on the tarmac, keep it straight, no mistakes, and this race will be his. Let's just have a look at the back and see where everybody is. Hawkeye, I think Hawkeye will probably be the last to finish as Stealth goes across the line. So yeah, excuse me, Hawkeye will be crossing the line first. So let's just go up through the pack and see where we are. Osman getting closer and closer to Unforgiven. Can he get close enough though? I'm going to stick with Dirk though. As we go around Sterling's for the last time in this race, Fitzy getting closer and closer to him, and is he going to put a challenge in as they go through Clark Curve and on to Brabham Straight, a race to the finish line, and it looks like Dirk's just done enough. Even the slipstream's not going to help Fitzy. Fantastic racing from Dirk, well done to him, brilliant result for Fitzy. Brian Moncani is going to come home in third, or is he? No, Woodrow has beaten Brian Moncani to the line. Fantastic race from Woodrow to recover that. Brian Moncani in fourth, Love Rocket Rods across the line in fifth, Method, great race from Method in sixth, Unforgiven seventh, Osman eighth, Scooby is ninth, Brownie is going to bring it home in 10th, and across the line he goes with Grasshopper. Fantastic racing from Grasshopper. That mistake has cost him though and pushed him all the way down to 11th. Hawkeye has finished in 13th, and Stealth around the final bend and across the line to finish in 12th. What a fantastic race here at Brands Hatch, and that was race 1. I hope you can join me very shortly for race 2.